Welcome to video 8 of our EU Cyber Reselience Act awareness series. In this session, we focus on what happens after your product hits the market, how compliance is monitored, and what enforcement looks like under the CRA. To start with, what is market surveillance? The CRA doesn't stop at product design or certification. It introduces a system of market surveillance, where national authorities monitor the real-world behavior of digital products placed on the EU market. These authorities look for risks, verify documentation, and investigate cybersecurity obligations, even long after your product is sold. So, who are the MSAs? Market Surveillance Authorities, or MSAs, are appointed by each EU member state. Their job is to inspect products, investigate security-related complaints, test for non-compliance, and request documentation from manufacturers, importers, or distributors. MSAs also work closely with ENISA and CSIRTs, especially when incidents or exploited vulnerabilities are involved. Moving on to next slide, let's understand what triggers an investigation. An MSA can launch an investigation for several reasons: a cybersecurity incident involving your product, a failure to report a known vulnerability on time, incomplete or missing technical documentation, a complaint from a user or whistleblower, or simply through random market sampling. In any case, your ability to respond quickly and professionally is key. Once an investigation begins, MSAs have the power to demand your technical documentation, declarations of conformity, CE marking evidence, test results, risk assessments, records of past incidents and how they were handled, and these must be provided without undue delay. Your documentation must always be up to date and ready for inspection. So, what happens if you're found to be non-compliant? The CRA gives MSAs strong enforcement tools. They can order product withdrawals or recalls, impose public warnings, demand corrective actions, and yes, they can issue significant fines, up to 15 million euros, or 2.5% of your company's global annual turnover, whichever is greater. The reputational damage from non-compliance can also be severe, especially if the issue affects consumer safety or privacy. The best way to manage this risk is to be audit-ready at all times. That means keeping technical files updated, logging all vulnerability handling activities, ensuring correct CE marking and labeling, assigning an internal contact point for MSAs, and responding to requests promptly and professionally. These steps not only ensure legal compliance, they build trust with regulators and users. Let's recap what we've covered. CRA enforcement is carried out by market surveillance authorities in each member state. Investigations may be triggered by incidents, complaints, or random checks. You must be able to provide your technical documentation and CE conformity details on request. Failing to comply can result in recalls, bans, public warnings, and major fines. The best strategy is proactive documentation and ongoing compliance readiness. In our next video, we'll look at the CRA's implementation timeline, including key dates, the transition period, and how much time you have to bring your products into compliance. See you there.